Hello, welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jack Duxbury. Oz Powell is behind that big, expensive camera. And Taylor's in the back! Yes, I knew it. Second series of summer school, where we have this random stream of consciousness from me about things that I think are fitting and fun to play in the key of. And the next letter we're going to go for in the alphabet is D. Honestly, I was 32 when I figured this out, that the white notes are in alphabetical order. Because when I was taught, I always was taught from C, and then I'd be like C, D, E, F, G. But honestly, I've just outed myself there. But it is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I didn't figure that until about 8 years ago. Anyway, we are in the key of D, and D major. What are the notes in it? When I'm thinking in D, I'm thinking of these notes: D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. Like C, we had this freedom of like all the Y notes work together, and we've got these roadblocks in here. Instead of teaching you scales, millions of scales out there, I'm going to teach you some ghetto licks that are just fun to play in D. One thing I think that is really beautiful in the key of D is this idea of Irishness. I'm going way out there. To me, D sounds Irish. Okay, I'm just throwing it out there. Right, check it out. And mainly it comes from this song. Come on, you're laughing because you know it's true. If you go, hey, let's just check this out. If I play in C, if I play D, it sounds more Irish to me. Yes, because I love so many things. It has a Celtic flavour to me. And then what do I do with that? I love spreading out the triads. So check this out. I do this all the time in the videos, you might have seen it. Instead of this D major like that, I think, oh, I'm going to put that F sharp and that A here. F sharp and A. And then what I do a lot is I will walk up. I'm feeling a little shillelagh coming down. Come on. This F sharp and the C sharp are the big hurdles, right? As coming from C land, where we had no hurdles, all the white notes work together. In here, we got D, E, F sharp. That's the major scale there. So I can remember it used to be, when I used to play the scales, there, you hear me do it all the time. This is the fun in D, is that instead of seeing these as roadblocks, we can see these as things to kind of hurdle over. So let's pin a D in the bottom. If you haven't seen this before, this idea of, this is a big one in D, but stretch your thumb to the F sharp. That's a big old stretch. If not, you can pin a chord like that. But I do this all the time, and I start on the C sharp or the F. Let's start on the C sharp, and I go, and I hit that first. And I'm thinking of this shape. There's something about it. I can't really do it in any other key. But if I'm in D, I think I can get away with this lick. And that's hitting that. And then I go random. So it's always, because if it was the same lick every time, I'd turn off. So my main thinking is when I'm here is hit the hurdles and spring off them instead of having them as roadblocks starting from D, if that makes sense. So, and how am I doing this? I'm thinking of that as, I can just see that in my mind. I'm aiming for the F sharp, I'm aiming for this D flat or C sharp, F sharp. Oh, sorry. That's my favorite. The other things I love to do is, again, when I'm here, for some reason, it feels really good in D. If I put my middle finger on D, then I've got this index finger to go back and forth. Ba-boo-da. I can oscillate between that. So if I'm playing a chord sequence like and other really beautiful things to do in D are the fact that the squibs feel especially nice. And when I say squib, if you've never seen the video, it's this idea of coming down with two fingers like this, and then squib, squib, squib. Two places to do it in D, which is the top one is having your middle finger on D again, and then we're going to come down with the A, like that, middle finger and thumb, and then the index comes on the top, and that's the kind of flammy, squibby sound. And then the second one is this one here with the A on the top and the E on the thumb. And that feels really assured. It's like there's space this side of the note. For some reason you can kind of never miss. You'll hear that a lot. In C, for example, it's almost weird because you run into those roadblocks, but here it feels really assured because that D is just there and you cannot miss it. Other things I love to do in D, and I think sound especially sweet for some reason, something to do with the harmonics, this voicing. So instead of just this major triad, I take this A, I put it down here, I take this D and I put it down there. And then you can walk up the scale. Or you can walk up the chord arpeggio. I love that sound. And what I'll allow myself to do is just fall into other things. Again, I'm looking for these two notes. These are so important, the F sharp and the C sharp. They are our kind of North Star in D. We had that lick, and then we've got these. But what if, again, like that C sharp, I go, oh. Other thing that feels really nice is that, again, I do that a lot. To me, it sounds like Perth Bon Iver record. And for some reason in C, it doesn't feel as good, and like D flat, just doesn't feel right. But in D, I want to do it all the time. So how am I doing that? I'm going G with my fourth finger, and I'm letting these kind of cascade down. Oh, here's a big one. I do this in a million demos. It's all coming back to me now. G, B minor, and A slams in D. I'm telling you, it freaking slams. Often, if I've got like I hit a preset that's a bit melancholy, I'll pin this kind of chord sequence. So G, and again, this nice voicing that I nick from damping him all the time, where I try to get my thumb over. And then we've got a B minor. And if you can't reach it, you can kind of futz it with a voicing like that. But check it out, I'm going to just think of that chord sequence over and over again. G, B minor, A major. It can just go round and round that, and I don't know why, it just has a beautiful sound. If you've seen a video of mine, you'll see that in a lot of things. Other things to think about in D is it's amazing, all those licks work in E minor. So if you are doing a tune like Use Me, and you're going like from E minor to an A7, then this, all those D major licks work really well over E minor. If you didn't know, we don't have to explain the theory, they just sound great over it. Last thing that I love to do in D, what do I love doing in D? Oh yeah. I've done this, yeah. Another way maybe to get it through to you how important that C sharp and the F sharp is this idea of, I'll get that pulse in. And I used to sit there and just kind of focus on the key hurdles there, and that's how I flipped it into kind of springing off them instead of getting stuck on them. The other thing is sometimes A7 sounds really just, I don't like the sound of it to me, so a lot of the time I will work with that C sharp again, and instead of, when you see an A7 in a chord sequence, you can swap it by putting a G diminished chord over the A. Yeah, what does it say it is?
Flat 9.
Flat 9, yeah. There we are, some ghetto wisdom. Is it wisdom? I don't know. Is it foolish? But it gets me to a lot of synth demos, that stuff. Yeah, D definitely sounds Irish to me. And I'll see you soon on Andertons TV.
It's really interesting. It does sound like a doesn't it?